evening, good afternoon. I'm the Gentleman, and this is the Gentleman's Pixel Club. Today we are playing Tetris DX. Tetris DX is on the Gameboy Color, and those of you that follow this channel, and thank you to each and every one of you that does, you will have seen that I've done this before, but I've done the Tetris black and white version. That was a challenge that I had for myself to beat an old score of 100,000 points, where you basically get a really cool ending. If you can do that, I failed. I got 87,997 points. Today's video is playing the DX version of this on the Game Boy Color, which is recreated on the MiSTer FPGA, and the only difference between this and literally the black and white version, the original version, is the term DX, which means yes, it's in color, yes, there's better graphics, yes, there's a better presentation. For a video that you do, you know, the optics is, you know, you want the absolute best you can have, and I didn't want to do another black and white version. It would feel a little bit too much of the same, and knowing that the gameplay is 100% the same, there is no difference. The level select may be slightly different at the beginning, but my settings are the same, where I'm picking the marathon option, which is to go as long as you possibly can, starting on level 0. And here we have effectively my challenge to myself, my go to beat 87,997 points. You can see that I'm doing okay to start off with. You know, I'd hope to get a Tetris, which is where you clear 4 blocks in one line. You're about to see it happen here, but I only managed 3 originally. You know, 4 now. I think I only managed 3 originally, but I'm looking at lines of 8. Maybe I did do more. But yeah, it's early days, and at this level it's really easy. Look at the time I have to move those blocks. Look how slow everything is actually moving. You know, you could go and bake a cake, well, a very small cake, in the time that you've got here. You know, there is no real challenge. If you don't like puzzle games, if you don't like Tetris type games, then yes, you're going to be finding this exceedingly hard. But you know, for me, you know, there was no challenge here at the moment. You know, you need to be at least 2 or 3 more levels in, so you can be thinking on your feet a little bit. I've seen some of the videos where you have the Tetris World champion players playing, and oh my god, you know that they've got skills to die for. It's like they're actually psychic. I would never class myself anywhere near in the league as those brilliant players that do it. But the reaction time, you know, your reactions actually get better the more that you play this game, in terms of the high that you get in the levels, not from a practice point of view, but you sort of find yourself feeling at one with the game. And I mean, look at me now, I'm absolutely messing this up, and if I was to play anything like this on the later levels as I go through this level, you know, it's going to be game over. I might as well just pull the plug now. But I'm doing my best trying to recover this. So this video, I'm not going to be talking all the way through it, because it's quite a lengthy video, which you might have noticed by the time. But you know, please, if you've got this far through it, do watch it through to the end. Try not to skip, and you'll see some interesting gameplay. Whether or not I get to the end score, I mean, look at that misplaced piece there. Probably very unlikely. We will see. But my goal is simply in, you know, one sitting to beat 87,997 points, and look at the bollocks fest I'm actually making of this. You know, if there was a video for gameplay failure and how not to play Tetris, yeah, this is the opening of it. Anyway, we're going to sit back and enjoy a few rows being cleared, and I'm going to be popping in and out of this video as we go. So, welcome to level 3. We clicked across 30 lines and at this point we went up a level, and it's like Donkey Kong. How high can you climb? So, I'm expecting level 4 on 40 lines. It may not come at that point, I'm not certain. This is the first time I've ever paid attention while looking at the playback of the video to see how many lines it takes to tick over. So if I can get these 2 lines, will we go to 4? Yes, we do. So the consensus so far is for every 10 lines that you have, you go up a level, and going up a level increases the speed as well. You'll notice that I haven't got as much time as I had on the opening of the video here to place the pieces, to drop them where they need to go. And, I'm finding this not challenging at the moment, but, you're using a joypad with the thumbstick to control this and 2 buttons to rotate left and right. Generally, I never bother with both buttons, and I'm usually only using one of the buttons. It's just a little bit easier. But thinking on your feet here a little bit, looking to get, a good placement for the next piece with a Tetris coming up. So, brief reminder for you all, when you get a Tetris, you clear 4 lines in one go, and by doing that you get a decent bulk of points. I've mentioned before, I'm trying to get 87,997 points, and Tetrises are going to be the way for me to go. The more of those I can complete, the better things will go for me in terms of a score point of view. 1,500 points so far, moving to 1,600 shortly. Not too far to go. So level 5, and the beauty of this is I've noticed you actually have color changes when you go up a level. All these things that you notice when you watch a playback of a video that you don't really see when you're doing the game live, for want of a better word. And this is a game that I wouldn't want to be certainly doing the commentary live when I was playing. My hands would just be a sweaty mess, and trying to concentrate at the best of times is hard, never mind while trying to focus on this game. We're 3 levels away from level 6 if the ratio to the levels and the lines that you see at the bottom carries on. Again, working towards beating the high score of where we were before. See, I should probably drop that down on the right hand side, this piece here a couple of goes earlier. Again, it's looking forward, looking what you want to do, keeping everything as neat as possible and not making a complete hash. So whatever blocks you have will neatly fall into where you want them to go. At this stage, I was getting a little bit worried, thinking, well, hang on a minute, this is going to be game over soon, and the pieces are not looking too good. And then this 4 piece arrives just in the nick of time. There would have been some thought going there, do I drop it in the gap where I've got 3 there or not? I didn't. I threw it to the right hand side, and looking at the flow of pieces that came, after doing that, I think I probably would have been dead in the water here. The stack would have got way too high. But we're at level 6. We've got 62 lines done, and I'm beginning to slowly make a hash of this. That score is not looking too promising. And look at the left hand side. I've got those 2 blocks on the end. So until I clear effectively those 2 lines, there's not much that I can do. The walls are stacking up here, and I'm absolutely losing control. It's going to take every amount of concentration not to completely bugger this up. And again, not a great placement for a block there, but that 3 block that will drop down, that 4 block that will drop down but clear that area helps. What I desperately need now is one of the 4 blocks to appear, because the tower is stacking up, getting a little bit hard, and there is the 4 block to drop all the way down. And by 4 block I mean 4 in a row, and helps me with the problem that I had. I'm finding everything going a little bit faster now as well. We are at level 7, perhaps level 8 when we get 80 lines done, and it's like that 4x4 block, the square that I dropped there, that's where things start to go wrong. You leave little holes, you leave little gaps, And you know, those little holes, those little gaps, you know, may not look like much, but they absolutely punish you when you're trying to keep the rows as, you know, low as possible, so you can just have the continued flow of points. You know, halfway there to my previous score, and not feeling too comfortable, too confident about it. I got over the last mess that I did, but yeah, this again is just another mess in the waiting. So approaching 80 lines, level 8, and the speed is just going to jump up, you know, again. So yeah, the speed at which these are falling down now, you know, actually is damn fast when you compare to the opening level. But when you're playing it, you don't really feel this, you know, you don't think that they're moving that faster, because it's a natural, it's a slow progression. So, you know, hopefully now through some miracle I've managed to clear a bulk of items here. You know, I will be on to at least equaling the 87 points. You know, I'm at level 8, as you can see, and you know, I haven't got much on the screen. So unless I start to balls up and not think ahead, there's every chance that, you know, I will certainly get to level 10, which will be approaching what we did before. So back in the room at level 9, the little beeps you hear when it goes up a level, because it makes a funny little noise. You know, you always know that the blocks are going to be a bit faster on the next level. You know, I'm struggling here at the moment. You know, you can see the 1 block gap I've got there. You know, already I've got to clear those 2 lines, which it looks like I'm going to be able to do. And you know, the speed is getting a hell of a lot faster now. Compare this, as I say, with the opening levels, and it really is like chalk and cheese. When playing, it doesn't seem that much of a nightmare because it's been a gradual speed increase. You don't notice it as it builds up. Obviously you need your skill, if you can call it that, to, you know, get as far as you can. I was quoted from a video by Degsy Degworth that I play a mean game of Tetris. So, you know, I hope if he's viewing this, he will consider this another mean game of Tetris as we hit level 10. So I'm very nervous at this point. You know, I'm looking to beat 87,997 points, and you know, things are going okay, but you know, the speed is there, and this is about the point where, you know, you really do begin to feel it in your hands. You know, you're trying to watch where your block goes, control the speed in terms of, you know, how quickly you decide where you're going to put the next block, while looking ahead to the forthcoming block. And you know, it is getting a bit of a challenge, but as I say, you know, 87,997 points to go. We have 7,000 left to do. You know, if I can beat the 7,000, then it's going to be a case of, oh, you know, I've now got to beat the 100,000 to see whether I can get the pretty spaceship ending. You know, we're approaching it. You know, level 11. I say everything is dropping very, very fast. For those of you that are looking at the background behind me talking, that is actually a looped part of the gameplay from, you know, the previous version of this video that I did, where I didn't get the 100,000, but we're nearly there. So tense moments ahead for myself. Am I going to do this? hopefully this block. 87,144, 800 or so points left to go. I really need a long 4 single column block. You know, I don't like how it's going, and yes, there is a block. This is going to be beaten. So 90,744 points. I have beaten the score on a single credit. Did I do it? Yes, I did. Now I've got to see whether I can get to the 100,000 points. But yeah, we're at level 12, and the speed of which these little guys are falling is pretty damn hard to control at the moment. But it's focus, focus, focus. So I'm nearly there. Just a couple of thousand points left to go, and you know, I will be able to get the rocket ending. Maybe now. No, MiSTer should have gone the other way. Oh. Finally. So again, another challenge done. You know, I will get the rocket ending. Now what version I get depends on, you know, what score you have, because the rockets change as you do better. I would have got a small slender one if I got 100,000 points. So, you know, looking at the way the levels go up, you know, maybe every level gives you a different rocket. You know, I don't know what the point barriers are. You know, I know now that I've beaten the score of 87,997, and I also got past the 100,000 points. I will at least get the slender version of the rocket. Judging by the amount of time that's left on the video as well, I clearly do a little bit better than, you know, the slender version of the rocket, because I'm going to get at least 110,000 points here. You know, I'm at level 14. Yes, the Tetris blocks are falling like rain, but the good news here is, you know, I have nothing on the screen. You know, the screen is empty bar the few rows that I've got. Planning, thinking ahead, although that nearly went wrong there. I'm in a position where, you know, I can actually slowly start to fill the gaps as I say that out loud, and we watch things start to break and deteriorate very badly here. You know, this is a case of, you know, achieved what I wanted to achieve, and then it all starts falling apart. You know, I've got way too many gaps here. The speed is way too fast. It's going to take a miracle to really get past this. But, you know, it looks like a miracle is happening. You know, I'm managing to very carefully work down these blocks with a bit of luck as to the pieces that are falling here. But I say the speed is fast. You know, I'm on level 15 now. That's just absolutely ticks over 151 lines. And, you know, it really is focus on what you're doing. These videos are, you know, probably about 30-40 I've done now. So I just want to say a word of thanks. First of all, if you're this far into this absolutely nutty challenge that I've done. But secondly, you know, thank you for watching what I do. Thank you for tuning into these. I started this channel as a hobby because of a health situation that I have. And that's absolutely, you know, improving. And I'm really enjoying doing this. I look forward to popping myself into the room that converts into a little studio to make these videos for each and every one of you. You know, I really enjoy doing this. It's an excuse to play, you know, games that I maybe not particularly like, because, you know, some of them are challenges and I've never done them before, but play retro games. And by not like, it's not necessarily ones that I would pick, but, you know, I found games that I enjoy and I will come back to by doing this. You know, it's a voyage of discovery for me to enjoy new games. For any of you that give me challenges over at Desert Island Fruits to pick up games and play, and you know, generally show bad gameplay skills, well, not maybe in this particular case, but most cases bad gameplay skills, and grow and evolve. I've tried to make the production quality better on these videos that we go. If you have a look at the original Tetris video, although not terribly bad in my opinion, you know, I'm learning as I go. And you know, thank you especially to all the early subscribers that have stuck with me on those videos, that are still subscribed. If you're watching this and you're not a subscriber, my current immediate goal is to get 100 subscribers, and with 100 subscribers I can change the channel URL. So if you are watching this, you know, and you feel that you want to help an old man play video games badly and reach his goal of 100 subscribers to have a custom URL, then please consider, if you feel I've earned it, if you feel this is worth your time, clicking on the subscribe link. You know, add be one more to the counter, and you know, I'll be absolutely delighted. Long-term goals for this channel is, you know, I want to do some live streams, playing live, you know, and stream those, and I want to have super chats involved in this. And in order to do this, you need, I think it's 1,000 subscribers. So you know, that could be a year away, but it's certainly many months away, and that's looking a long time into the future. But you know, this is purely just a hobby, and by the super chats, where you have the interactive chat that you can, you know, talk to people as you go, type things, have comments in a live stream as you do a live video. I can understand why YouTube want that barrier to be at 100,000, because you know, they want, you know, the channels to have decent content in terms of a decent viewership to make it worth their while, because they are good enough to give you the streaming platform to be doing this. You know, there is no monetization faults or anything else that I'm considering, you know, at the moment here. You know, I just want to, you know, carry on doing what I'm enjoying and deliver to you in new ways. And if the super chat does become available when I am lucky enough to have 1,000 subscribers, if I'm lucky enough to have 1,000 subscribers, you know, let's be brutally honest here, because you know, the retro market is very flooded. You know, I will be in a position where, you know, I can quite happily, you know, do my best to deliver the best content that I can to each and every one of you, while hopefully you enjoy the videos. And if you, as I say, if you are one of the subscribers that I have so far, thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time to click on the link, you know, click on the subscribe. It's only one click button for yourself, but it means a hell of a lot to me. So enough of me rattling on about channel goals. We are at level 20. It is raining Tetris parts here at the moment. You know, 176,000. You know, I've really cracked on with this. You know, I've nearly doubled. In fact, I probably have doubled my score. Yes, I've just about doubled the score that I had on the original game. And you know, the blocks are falling like rain. You know, level 20. I don't think I've ever been this high. So this is a personal best for me. But you know, trying to concentrate while doing this, you know, I'm kind of feeling almost sweaty watching the playback here as well. But yeah, it's hard. It's very hard at the moment. About this point, I feel that everything is slowly starting to break down. You know, not enough time to move pieces where they are, because I've let it get a little bit too messy. But bloody hell, am I proud of what I've done here? Yes, I absolutely am. So, you know, we have beaten our previous score by nearly 100,000 points, you know, 3,000 or so short of that. You know, game over. Please try again, and I will do at some point. Level 21, and we get a decent looking rocket at that. This is not a slender, horrible one. So let me shut up while this sequence happens. And there we have it, Tetris DX, goal 87,997 points to beat. I clocked in at 184,704 points.